I do want to get to the Bernie memes soon, but real quick before we get to the mitten memes, which I really am looking forward to, guys. I gotta talk about now that the election is over and the Trump era is has is subsiding. It's a time of reckoning. It's a time of Trump threw so much dirt in the air on any given day that there were a lot of people just lost in whatever was happening, right? Caught in reactionary throes of what is happening around us, what is going on, what has happened to the country, right? And a lot of strange characters came out of the woodwork into political discourse. I might feel like I'm a little late to the game in this, but I'm not really doing this to gain a massive following or make a bunch of money. I just want to inform people. That's always been my role as a journalist. But there were this strain of people who came out who called themselves journalists, YouTube journalists like myself, who really had no business trying to inform people. In fact, they were misinforming people. Dave Rubin is the easiest one who comes to mind. They just like to talk about ideas, right? But really, the one who has kind of risen to the top, right, is Tim Pool. And Tim Pool is, has been a right-wing reactionary who really took the Dave Rubin model of I'm going to call myself liberal and left, which is very negligible what things or policies he supports that you might call liberal or left. And really he just existed to attack the left, attack identity politics, really embody a type of white identity politics that we have seen ever since just before and during Trump, his rise to power. And just to really sit with how entirely uninformed Tim Pool is, and amazingly has more than 1 million subscribers on YouTube and has tens of thousands of people watching any given stream of his or video. It really is remarkable that somebody like this has the eyes of so many. He predicted that AOC would lose her primary. She won in a landslide. He predicted that this Bronx district of hers, like one of the bluest districts in the country, could go to the Republican guys because AOC is so hated around the right. And he predicted that Donald Trump might win 48 states. Guys, 48 states. I mean, what did he just leave out California and New York and thought Trump would win every other one? Just completely I don't know. I don't want to be too mean about it, but this is how silly this guy is. He had his show, and Jacobin came out. Jacobin is a far left socialist, online magazine. They put out a physical copy, I believe, but they're also an online outlet. And they put out this really funny cover that deifies Joe Biden, makes him look like Jesus. It's almost like a fresco you would see in the Vatican, or maybe something done on a stained glass window or something like that. You'll see it in the video here in a second. Here they just did not get that it was a satirical cover, that it was a joke, and literally these. I'm just not going to be nice about it. These morons sit around and talk about how, oh my gosh, they really do deify Joe Biden. They love Joe Biden so much. Can you believe it? Like when what Jacobin was clowning on was the celebration of Joe Biden by so many in established corporate media like CNN or MSNBC to feel like, oh my God, like Al Roker is like, Joe, come give me a hug or whatever. They gave him a fist bump or whatever because of COVID. And just this, this thirst for, corporate media to, like I said earlier, talk about his Rolex or talk about his Peloton bike and all this goofiness. But, Tim Pool completely missing the joke. Let's listen to this for a minute.
And we'll talk about Joe Biden being president and this glorious image from Jacobin magazine. Now, I'll tell you what I find particularly fascinating about this is Jacobin is like socialist, like their DSA, there's like communism. They get their name from the French Revolution, and they've put a cover out, and it's Joe Biden as Jesus with the sun behind his head, literally imagery of Jesus. And there are people below him like looking up and cheering and worshiping him. And there's angels filming and interviewing him. What are these people thinking?
It's satire.
Stop with this obsession with putting people above yourself and putting all of the responsibilities and all your failures and all your hopes into one person, and take some gosh darn personal responsibility for yourself.
But when you have a media ecosystem that is acting like Joe Biden is literally Jesus, then I don't see how we actually solve problems. Just to clarify my point, Joe Biden could do really horrible things, and they don't care. But it's funny because they say the same thing about Donald Trump. Yeah. This is
really quick. I mean, do you guys did you not ever see the depictions on the right of Donald Trump as Jesus, where literally like Nancy Pelosi is the one stabbing him? You have see things like this where he's hugging a flag with John Wayne and Jesus. You know what I mean? Like he was totally, people on the right totally depicted him as Jesus, and he literally could do no wrong to them. Yeah, this is funny. This is Tim Pool clips. You guys should check them out if you want some watchdogging on Tim Pool. But can you believe, like, what an embarrassment? This guy calls himself a journalist. He only misinforms his audience. And really, I think to a certain degree, him and others like him took the conservative media model and just kind of millennialed it up, put it online, and just included Gamergate language and all that kind of stuff. But embarrassing, guys. It's embarrassing. It's bad for you. I don't recommend looking at it too long. It's like looking at the sun. It can mess you up if you plunge too deeply into this world. But that is the wavelength some people are living in. And you look in the comments, and they're just like, Tim Pool's a genius. Tim Pool, oh my gosh, and it's sad. I feel for people, but.